So I don't know about you, but every single parent I talk to these days seems stressed out. We get together, we say things like, living the dream, all sarcastically, or, oh my gosh, we had 48 hockey games this season. I'm not kidding. It seems like for parents in particular right now, there's just so much expectation. It seems like everything is just more. There are more practices, more games, more costs, more required volunteer hours, more fundraising, more everything. It seems almost impossible to run a family these days. It's like the creeping obesity of your schedule, where each year that calendar just gets a little bit fatter before you know it, a little bit more, and we're all wandering around in exhaustion. I don't know about you, but here's my question. How did we get here? My friends, raising a family today is a lot. I just want to set some things up. My dad is a baby boomer, and in his generation, the cost of college or technical school, with my parents went to one of each, it was considerably less than what it is today. My parents were able to work during the summer so that they could afford their college and technical school through the school year. They were able to save enough money to go. So in our culture today, it's almost like we're starting behind. And then there used to be a time when your family could survive on a single parent income. And that's changing too. It's harder and harder for families to survive on just one person's income. And in addition to that, all the things that your kids are in, all those activities, there's just this more culture. There's costs more. The seasons are longer. You don't just play hockey in the winter. You now play hockey in the fall, the spring. You play the elite league, but you have also the regular season stuck in there too. It's all just more. And why do we do it? I think it's because we love our kids. We love our kids and we don't want them to fall behind, whatever that means, but we don't want them to miss out on any opportunity. And this is true, my friends, even if you don't have kids, just living today is a lot. Work tends to have more and more expectations. Taxes are harder and harder and more complicated to do. It's harder to own a home than it ever has been before. Renting, it now all comes with all these expectations like a homeowners association and all these other rules. And we keep raising the bar on what it means to live as a person in this country. And here's the truth, is that we can't always keep up. So what do? When we get overwhelmed? Well, honestly, for most of us, we just say yes. we say yes, and so many things what we say yes to, I want you to hear, are really good things. It's good to say yes to volunteer or to donate your time. It's good to say yes to travel and adventures. It's good for kids to play sports and instruments. I'm not against any of those things. But for so many of us, that yes means that we're actually saying no to something else. And usually that thing is us and quiet and time with God. It puts too much stress on our time and our bodies and our bank accounts. There's a story in the Bible in the book of Esther, about this woman named Vashti. Vashti, she's the queen, and she's got this terrible husband named Xerxes. You can remember his name by calling him Xerxes the Jerxes. Xerxes is just the worst. He's a spoiled kid is what he is. His father created this huge kingdom, and he just inherited all the riches. And so what Xerxes does is that he throws all these big, lavish, huge parties, and then he expects his queen to come and entertain all the men. Vashti, she says at that time, she didn't want anything to do with it. And so Vashti replies in the book of Esther that no. And this no at that time, it could have cost Vashti her life, but she was just done. There's another woman in the book of Exodus named Jochebed. The Pharaoh had come and enslaved her people, the Israelites, but then the Pharaoh became jealous of how quickly they grew as a population. So the Pharaoh said that all the boys in that culture should be killed. And so when Jochebed had her final child, she said no. She said, no, I'm not going to kill this baby. And that little baby boy ended up being Moses. Or in modern life, there's great examples of no's. In 1955, a woman in the South named Rosa Parks, when asked to give up her seat on the bus in Montgomery, she just said no. When asked to give up her seat to a white person, she said no. Later, when she was asked why she said no, which started the whole Montgomery bus boycott, she told people, I said no because I was tired. But that kind of tired, it wasn't like this physical tired. That kind of tired was a soul tired. Tired of the stress, tired of the division, tired of the mental load where you can't take anymore. I look at Vashti and Jochebed and Rosa Parks, and I think, I get it. I get that we can just be that tired and just need to say no. And that sometimes no is the most holy thing that you could ever possibly say. So if you're looking at your life today and you're looking at all the things going around in your schedule, all the expectations, all the drama, all the gossip, whatever it is in your life, where those things where you're questioning, how did I get here? Whether it's too much on your plate or too much worry, maybe it's time to just claim that holy no. Sometimes that's the best thing we can do. So think about this today. What's your no? I mean, I know we have plenty of yeses, but today, what is your no?